In today's video, I will be solo camping for the first time. I'll be covering all the steps I took along the way and detailing how it all went. I've been camping before, even motorcycle camping, but the reason I chose to do a solo camp was to prove to myself that I could take a solo journey from start to finish and see how smoothly it would go. To ease myself in, I opted to book a campsite slot and somewhere no longer than 3 hours away from where I live. How I chose where to stay was little more than closing my eyes and putting my finger on the map, making sure I was generally going in a westward direction, which is famously the more scenic half of Scotland. My finger ended up landing on a place called Glen Nevis, campsite at the foot of perhaps the more famous Ben Nevis. I booked a tent spot for £17.50, which included a space to park my motorcycle nearby, so I knew where I was going. Now I just needed to prepare my gear and head out. Key things I knew I wanted to bring were my power bank, spare bungees, antihistamines, spare boxers, cash, nuts, and wet wipes, all things that could potentially get me out of a situation. After that, I focused on the true camping essentials: a sleeping bag, which I owned, a pillow, which would take up an embarrassing amount of space for a drop of comfort, and a tent, something I hadn't used in at least a year, and was last wet packed and chucked into the shed to be forgotten. I needed to set up my tent anyway. 1, to check no parts were missing, and 2, so I knew it was still viable to sleep in after marinating in rainwater. To my delight, the tent was in fine shape, just needed a once-over and was good to go. Mounting luggage can be a unique challenge on a budget. Bungee cords are the hero of my setup and are the only thing directly attached to my bike. I hook my bungees to a hole in the passenger pegs and subframe, but every bike will differ. The position of the hooking points in relation to where the bag sits means there's plenty of down pressure, but also some forward pressure, which, while isn't the most comfortable, it gives me peace of mind that my luggage isn't going to fall off the back. Next is my proudest idea of the mounting assembly, using my hiking rucksack as both straps to secure all the luggage together, and storage in itself. The wider shoulder straps and materials holding sturdily in place, with the option of a ring cover, almost makes it seem like it was made for this exact purpose.
Is that recording now?
Even though I was pretty confident with my mounting setup, the anxious part of me kept checking all the straps were tightened and that nothing was touching my tail mount and exhaust. These checks would become less frequent as the trip went on, as I began to trust the setup more.
Definitely feels more stable with luggage on the back, weirdly. However, it is kind of annoying because it like pushes into my back and I don't want to push it back too much and it feel like it's falling off the bike or something. I guess there are benefits to actually having proper saddlebags, but this seems to work fine too, so. But something tells me the roads are only going to get better and better during this.
Some frustrations had already started, as I had noticed I had already been riding for a good half an hour and I only just found myself in Fazer, a town usually only 15 minutes away from my home if I take the main road.
That was the dumbest way ever.
Not too far outside of Fazer, Kalimoto leads me off the main road once again, as I had asked for a twisty route, so I didn't ask questions. Kalimoto has led me down some great roads in the past.
Are you busy?
After about 3 minutes of following a cyclist on a back road, Kalimoto frustrates me once more by leading me straight back onto the busy main road, turning right no less.
Kalimoto took me the most dumb way ever. Big brain time. Oh, thank you.
My trust in Kalimoto damaged at this point. I ignore its pleas to take me to the next left, fearing it will be the same situation.
Oh, you probably just get me to turn right back onto the main road.
After it telling me to take the next left instead, I realised it must be more of an important direction change, so I cautiously followed.
I swear, if it gets me to go back onto the main road after this, I'm gonna cry. Like, I get there's an algorithm to get the twistiest angles of a road, but yeah. Oh my god. Oh.
My legs already cramping after less than a third of the way through the journey wasn't a good sign. Nevertheless, I was on my way and enjoying the views of Scotland's natural landscape. I continued to push on through the winding back roads, not really knowing where I was, and at this point, not really caring. After passing the true signs of countryside, sheep on the road, I came not to only one of the best views of the trip so far, but a realization. My phone was close to dying, and was still saying I was an hour away from my campsite. Not being fully prepared for this, I phoned my partner to let her know.
Hello, I'm okay, by the way.
Hello?
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 Hello, I'm okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just phoning you to let you know that my phone might die soon, so I might have to like stop and charge it at some point. So
Are you far from it?
it says I'm an hour away still. So I might, yeah, it's taking me down some crazy back roads, so I think I might just take the main road the rest of the way or something. So it was just to warn you in case my location stopped. I will, yeah, I will stop and charge my phone, but like, yeah, just don't worry.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, I will, but okay.
Right, yeah, okay. Alright, I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
That ram's giving me the eye. Can't argue with that.
At this point, I was a couple of hours into my trip, and my mind was tiring. I really had to make sure I stay focused.
Just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
The winding road seemed never-ending, and I was starting to regret my decision to ask for a twisty route from Kalimoto. These were indeed twisty roads, but could only be taken safely at about 30 miles per hour most of the time.
I wonder if there's any way I can just change this to taking me on the main roads now, since I'm running way behind schedule.
Struggling to get any signal to make changes to my route, understandably, I decided to continue on for a bit.
Let's keep following the road.
The discomfort was starting to build, my body and mind tiring. The seemingly never-ending back roads and midges eating me alive at every opportunity was starting to take its toll.
Right, I'm gonna do a pro gamer move here. Great advert for the quad lock wireless charger.
For obvious reasons, I don't usually like carrying a massive battery in my pocket while I ride. It seemed to be the only way I was going to make it to my destination. Finally finding a small village, phone signal, and my battery charged enough, I swapped over to Google Maps and begged it to take me the fastest route possible to the campsite. Perhaps pathetically, my adventurous spirit had faded. I just wanted to lie down. Begrudgingly, I pop a UE and start on my new route, which is saying I'm an hour and a half away. I was truly in the sticks. It was painful to see I was already retracing some of my steps, but at least I knew I was going in the right direction now. Passing some of the local kids, seemingly on an adventure of their own, I pushed on to my destination. I learned a few things on this trip. Don't put all of your trust into technology. have a backup plan, and most of all, stay calm and push on. I had a shelter, food and water, so even if I didn't make it to my destination, I could have pitched up somewhere for the night. Because I arrived so late at my campsite, the sun was already setting and the midges were out in full force. So naturally, I curled up in my tent, ate some barbecue flavoured nuts, and watched some Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters before I got some much needed shut-eye. Thanks for watching an idiot go camping. Like and subscribe.